Hello students, this is your English teacher Mrs. Haimavati from LP Savani Vidya Bhavan. Students, today we will start with a new lesson in English grammar, that is nouns. We know that in our surrounding, everything, every person, every animal or every place is given a name. So these naming words are called nouns. So let's see what is a noun. Naming words used for person, places, animals or things are called nouns, or we can say a noun is a word that names a person, place, thing, an animal or idea. For example, teacher is a noun. Teacher is the name of a person. Restaurant is a noun. This is the name of a place. Table is the name of a thing. Mongoose is the name of an animal. Joy is an idea. So all these are examples of nouns. Now let's see what are the different types of nouns. There are different types of nouns in English grammar. Common noun, proper noun, abstract noun, concrete noun, countable noun, uncountable noun, compound noun, collective noun, singular noun, plural noun. So we will go through all these nouns in detail. First, let's see what are common nouns. A common noun given to a person, place, animal or thing of the same class or kind. If a person, place, animal or thing belong to same class or kind, then it is known as common noun. For example, town, city, country, river, player, day, month, festival, book, etc. These are all common nouns. Common nouns do not begin with capital letter. So here we can see that common nouns do not begin with capital letters and they are given a common name to a person, place, animal or thing. Now let's see what are proper nouns. Proper nouns are the special or particular name given to persons, places, animals or things. So proper nouns are the special or particular name. Suppose we give a name to a person like Ravi, Sita, Geeta. If we name a place like Surat, Chennai, so these are the names of places. Animals, we can give names to different animals, like you have a pet dog, you have given the name of a dog as Bruno. So Bruno is a proper noun. If you have named your cat as Kitty, then Kitty is a proper noun. Or when we name different things. So any specific or particular name given to persons, places, animals or things are the proper nouns. A proper noun always begins with capital letter, no matter where it is in a sentence. Even if it is written in the middle of a sentence or anywhere in a sentence, at the beginning of the sentence or in the middle of the sentence, proper noun should always begin with a capital letter. For example, Chennai. Chennai is name of a place. Surat is the name of a city. India, name of a country. Japan, name of a country. The Ganga, name of a river. Sachin Tendulkar, name of a cricket player. Sunday, name of a day. April, name of a month. Independence Day, name of a day that we celebrate every year. Holi, name of a festival. The Jungle Book, this is the name of a book. So these, when specific name is given to a person, place, animal or thing, then that is known as proper noun. Now let's see what are concrete nouns. Concrete nouns name people, animals, places or things that we can see, touch, hear, taste or smell. So here are the examples of concrete nouns: coin, apple, milk, bird, shoe, friend. So these are all the examples of concrete nouns which we can see, touch, hear, taste or smell. Next is abstract nouns. Nouns that name feelings, ideas, quality or an experience are called abstract nouns. So these are the nouns one cannot see, touch, hear, taste or smell. So abstract nouns are the nouns which we cannot see, we can't touch, we can't hear, we can't taste or smell. So these are the name of feelings, ideas, quality or an experience. So for example, joy, life, beauty, honesty, journey, sweetness, heat. These are all the abstract nouns. Now let's see how we can form abstract nouns when words are given to us. So formation of abstract noun. So by adding NESS. For example, if a word kind is given to us, then by adding NESS we can change it to abstract noun, kindness. Next is darkness, happiness. Second is by adding ION. So act, suppose a word act is given to you, then we can change it to abstract noun by adding ION, action, create, creation, reject, rejection. So abstract nouns are made from verbs, adjectives. So how we can form these abstract noun? By the given verbs or adjectives. Next is by adding Y, TY or ITY. For example, jealousy, safety, reality. If jealous is given, we can make it to abstract noun as jealousy, safety, reality. By adding ship, SHIP, friendship, hardship, relationship. By adding hood, HOOD, childhood, boyhood, neighborhood. We can change the words to abstract noun by adding ION, TION, ATION, like collection, admiration. Similarly, by adding MENT, we can change it to abstract noun, like amazement, achievement, disappointment. By adding TH, depth, health, truth. By adding DOM, kingdom, wisdom, freedom. By adding ANCE or ENCE, like appearance, importance, existence. So this is how we can form the abstract noun from the given verbs, adjectives or nouns. Now let's see what is the difference between concrete and abstract noun. Concrete nouns are the words for things that you can experience directly through the senses. So concrete nouns are the nouns that we can experience directly through senses, like shoe, cat, tree, table, etc. Next is abstract nouns are words for things that you cannot experience directly through the senses. So concrete nouns are the words that you can experience directly through senses, and abstract nouns are the words that you cannot experience directly through senses, like freedom, democracy, happiness, love, joy, bravery, etc. So this is the difference between concrete noun and abstract noun. Now come to material nouns. Material nouns are nouns of materials from which things are made. So we know that things are made with different materials. So these materials are known as material noun, are given a name, and these names of materials are material nouns. For example, clay. We can make pots with clay. Gold. We can make ornaments with gold. Stone. We can make different stone carvings, okay, or statues with stones. Sand. We can make sand houses, or sand is used for constructing buildings. Cloth. We can make shirts, frocks using clothes, using cloth. Then is using plastic. We can make different things like containers, buckets. Using steel, we can make different utensils. So these are all the examples of material nouns. Material nouns are used in singular form. So the feature of material noun is that it is used in singular form. We never use the plural form of material noun. For example, the flag is made of cloth. We never say the flag is made of cloths. Okay, so here cloth is used as a singular, is used in singular form. Next is no article. Article means a and the. So these are the articles which we use in English. So no article is used before them. Before them means before material nouns, we don't use any article. So these are the features of material nouns. Now let's see what are collective nouns. Nouns that name a group of people or a class of similar things or persons taken together and spoken of as one whole are called collective nouns. So here collective noun means when we give a name to group of people. Suppose there are group of students standing at a place, or there are a group of things, or suppose there are group of persons like soldiers, or you can say sailors, passengers. So every group is given a name, or every class of similar thing is given a name. So that name is known as collective noun. For example, a bunch of grapes. So bunch here is a collective noun. A bouquet of flowers. So bouquet is here a collective noun. A board of directors. Board is a collective noun. A crew of sailors. Crew is a collective noun. Bundle of hay. Bundle is a collective noun. A galaxy of stars. Galaxy is a collective noun. Next is compound nouns. Compound nouns are made up of two or more words. So we know that compound nouns are made up of two or more words. So they have different forms. They may be. So how these compound nouns are formed? They can be one word. For example, butter plus fly, butterfly. Black plus board, blackboard. Rain plus bow, rainbow. So these are used as single words. We join two words to make one word. Next is compound noun. They can be connected with a hyphen. So these are the hyphens which are given in between. For when we are we use it in words like sister-in-law, editor-in-chief, or great grandfather. Okay, so like that. These compound nouns are also written as two separate words. For example, ice cream, vice president, but here we don't use hyphen. They are written in two separate words, but we don't use hyphen here. Chief minister, prime minister. So these are the examples of compound nouns where we can see compound nouns are written as one word, or they are connected with hyphen, or they are written in two separate words.